Welcome to the Gus Alva Perspective, a videocast that's earmarked to address abundance and gratitude over the mindset of scarcity and fear. What I'd like to do today is walk through a particular theme that I think is really interesting. Being a board certified psychiatrist, I'm oftentimes asked a lot of different things. And recently I had, a young athlete come in with his parents. And they were asking about addressing sports psychology and asking if there was a way of enhancing one's performance based on psychological issues. And I thought, wow, you know what? Not only is there, but that certainly could be a great theme for us to touch on today. And so, as a consequence of that, that's what we're doing. We are latching on to gratitude and abundance. And what we're doing is embracing all of the information out there to help promote healthy things as opposed to being fearful and having that sense of scarcity, which unfortunately then mire people into a static spot where there is very little movement. So let's go ahead and jump onto this theme of sports psychology. And what I'd like to do is first walk you through some effective strategies from the point of view of sports psychology that might be applied to enhance sports performance. And maybe what we can do is utilize a particular sports activity, say swimming. And obviously, the reason I'm thinking about that is that my two youngest daughters are competitive swimmers. And, these are some points that I think might actually not only help them, but help you if what you're looking at is maybe enhancing your overall performance. So the first thing that is always on the table is setting goals, right? And in previous video casts, we've talked about the SMART method or the mnemonic of SMART. So when you set specific, measurable, achievable, and relevant, as well as time-bound goals, well, that is the best way to go, right? Because now you've actually set a precedent whereby you can provide swimmers with direction and motivation. By the way, although I'm using swimming, any sports activity could obviously be taken into context. For example, a swimmer might set a goal to improve their time by a certain margin in a particular event with a specified time frame. But obviously, that's applicable across any type of sports endeavor. Another very important theme is that of visualization and mental image. Encouraging, say, the athlete to mentally rehearse their race or their activity can help them prepare both physically and mentally. By visualizing, those certain individuals are now executing in their mind's eye the perfect stroke, the perfect turn, the perfect finish. And for that swimmer, or again, whatever sports endeavor it is that we are considering, that helps build confidence and reduces performance anxiety. Another very useful ploy is positive self-talk. So let's utilize the context of swimmers. Teaching swimmers to use positive self-talk can help maintain confidence and focus during races. For instance, encouraging phrases like, I'm strong, I'm prepared, or I can conquer this challenge will help swimmers stay mentally resilient. Now, it's very important to have good control of attention. So helping, in this case, say a swimmer develop the ability to focus their attention on relevant cues, including, say, their technique or their race strategy, while filtering out distractions can optimize their performance. And techniques might include focusing on a breathing rhythm or a stroke technique. And these will help maintain focus during a race. And as I mentioned previously, this can be utilized or applicable across any sports endeavor, not just swimming. Now, it's also not a bad idea to have a pre-performance routine. If somebody establishes a pre-race routine, that helps them get into the right mindset, and that helps prepare them in an effective manner. what would this look like? Well, this might include a series of physical warm-up exercises. And bear in mind that mental preparation techniques include things like what we discussed, visualization or rituals, like listening to music or engaging in calm activities. But basically, moving towards this point, the culmination of which is the actual race or event that is obviously taken into consideration. It's very important for people to cope with pressure. Teaching any athlete effective stress management techniques is going to be really important. And we've talked about these in the past, but they include deep breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation. These are things that can help athletes cope with pressure of competition. So, by the way, unless you've actually been there, you've no idea what it feels like to have those butterflies that are just like ripping through your stomach right before you're about to perform. That too will then help in performing at one's best during stressful conditions. Lastly, well, feedback and reflection are very important. Providing swimmers with constructive feedback, not just swimmers, but any athlete with constructive feedback and encouraging self reflection might help them identify areas for improvement. That also helps them track their progress over time. And you might have something like, say, a video analysis of someone's race or performance, which can also be valuable in identifying technical aspects that need attention. So as you can see, integrating these particular sports psychology strategies aren't that hard. But if built into a training regimen, an athlete, in this case, a swimmer, might be able to enhance their performance and achieve their competitive goals in a more effective manner. So as you can see, a mindset of gratitude and abundance readily accepts and absorbs advice, knowledge, and pays heed to things that have been tried and tested in the past. And so, as a consequence, you now can see the overall achievement of something that previously might have felt to be unattainable and now brings a great degree of satisfaction to that person's life. So I thank you for joining us on the Gus Alva Perspective today as we address this theme of sports psychology and how we might, through an appropriate mindset, enhance our overall performance. Have a phenomenal rest of the day.